So if they were to shoot me full of electricity while I'm attached to a metal pole, that could have electrocuted me.
That's when I said, look, guys, the whole world is watching. And I'm going to be holding on to this pole the entire time. So you're going to have to take both of us.
That's why he's holding onto the pole. I mean, that wasn't part of the safety measure. That was because he was telling them, like, if you electrocute her, you'll have to electrocute me too. And then they de-escalated.
Bree was taking in one direction, I was taking in another direction.
Where did they arrest me?
When we went in, we weren't exactly sure what the impact was. We couldn't see the news.
2 people were arrested earlier today after one of them removed the Confederate flag from the flagpole outside the South Carolina State House.
Both were charged with defacing a monument.
A text went out between a number of black lawyers. Did anybody want to represent her? And I said, absolutely, I'll represent her.
The first time I met Todd Rutherford was when I was in jail.
I said, I've been waiting decades. Did you what special training did you have? And was it locked up there? Because I want to know how you did this, because I'm so embarrassed that I didn't climb my ass up there and take the flag down myself. And she said, no, it wasn't even locked. It was just clipped. She said, I had bolt cutters, but I didn't need them.
It was an important statement for me personally to make, because I wanted to demonstrate that I was not going to allow myself to be ruled by fear.
An hour after we've been processed, the warden for the jail came down and she thanked me and Bree. That was a total mind blow. I was just like, oh, okay, so we did something good.
There is a time and a place where we have to challenge the law itself. Rosa Parks was arrested. What she did, we celebrated now, it was against the law. And I think that's important for us to recognize that the law itself can be unjust.
But the flag flying is even more painful.
I think they should leave it. I think that they make a big deal about too much.
It's part of the history of the state. It's not had nothing to do with race whatsoever.
In '99, when the NAACP took action, it garnered national attention.
People had perceptions that we were somehow backwards in this state because we flew the flag.
I started to learn about the perceptions of my state, of what other people thought about us as a people. I was driving to Amarillo, Texas. I pulled into a gas station. This very large, burly trucker hopped out. I mean, he made a beeline for me, and I thought, my God, did I cut this guy off or something? And it startled me. He looked at me and he pointed, he said, hey, you're from South Carolina, aren't you? And I said, yes, sir, I am. And he said, y'all need to take that flag down, it's a disgrace. Completely opposite of any stereotype that I had in my mind as this white middle-class trucker jumps down to tell me about the Confederate flag.
One of the first entities that made the boycott successful for us was the NCAA.
There were a number of organizations and institutions who looked at South Carolina and looked at our refusal to bring down the flag as something they didn't want to be a part of.
So, racism is bad for business. That's the short answer.
It has been the economic sanctions of the NAACP which brought people to the table.
At the governor's mansion complex inside the Lace House, influential lawmakers, flag leaders, and Confederate flag representatives sat down to try to sort out a solution.
We met in a secret meeting that Jim Hodges hosted in the Lace House.
We needed to give people a time and an opportunity to be heard.